There's nothing else for dessert?
If there's one way to top off a fast food meal, it's with a dessert that's as sweet as your fries are salty. The true art is knowing where the best dessert foods are. We hunted down the best fast food dessert options to give you an idea of the real goodness that's lurking out there within those golden arches, red-headed braids, and giant cowboy hats. Here are the top 10 best fast food desserts.
Chocolate cake that's infused with chocolate, served with chocolate ice cream and a molten chocolate topping.
Subway cookies. Subway's approach to dessert is simple, yet effective. However, there's an art to making a really good cookie, and surprisingly, Subway knows it. In fact, we challenge you to find someone who has a problem with Subway's deliciously soft and chewy cookies. Here's the secret.
This is delicious. You put it on anything.
You put it on anything. You put it on cookies.
Subway instructs their employees to take the cookies out of the oven before they turn golden brown. If a cookie is a golden brown color, it's considered overcooked according to their standards and not acceptable to serve. When you bake a cookie and it reaches golden brown, the sugar is caramelized, which can change its taste.
Cookie got a little bite to it.
By avoiding that golden brown texture, Subway cookies stay soft and chewy, just the right amount of undercooked. From raspberry cheesecake to M&M chocolate chip, Subway cookies come in options that cater to a variety of tastes. The double chocolate is by far one of the most popular choices, but we'll leave that up to you to decide.
I choose you, and I really want you to choose me.
Long John Silver's Fried Twinkie. When you're already sitting down to a fast food meal, you're not usually concerned about your waistline. So why not add something extra artery clogging with a fried Twinkie? It seems like something you'd find inside a 10-year-old's dream world.
I could use a Twinkie.
But thanks to Long John Silver's, this dream is a reality. Go to a state fair and you'll probably find something you never expected to be coated in batter and plunked in a vat of fryer oil. Deep fryers are also a staple piece of equipment and used in every single fast food restaurant out there. So it's not surprising when fast food chains turn to their deep fryers to create dessert options, just like Long John Silver's did. Simply deep-fried Hostess snack cakes, nothing else added to try to change the beauty of a Twinkie.
I brought you a Twinkie.
However, instead of the room temperature kind you'd buy in the grocery store, these ones are warm and crispy with a gooey but surprisingly not messy inside. A light cinnamon taste on the outside adds a bit of extra flavor for your taste buds. These deep-fried Twinkies were originally supposed to come as a limited menu option.
Well, this Twinkie thing here ain't over yet.
But people started asking for them so often, they made them available for purchase individually or by the dozen. Arby's Cherry Turnover. One of the best things Arby's does is it always seems to spin nostalgia into its menu items. So it shouldn't be a surprise that they make a good cherry turnover.
Have a cherry.
Cherry filling, flaky pastry, and a drizzle of icing are the essential elements of a good turnover. This pastry is flakier than a pie, so expect a little bit of a mess. Cherry turnovers are a nice contrast to the limited selection of fast food dessert options out there.
There you are. Come on, let's serve that dessert already.
Because a lot of them are the same old chocolate or cinnamon-based things. The fact that they are so flaky also makes them a little bit lighter than something that would be fried. So if you've already stuffed yourself with some classic roast beef sandwiches, chances are you'll still have room for this fruity treat. Arby's hasn't really tapped into the fast food breakfast game like a lot of other chains are doing. So this cherry turnover also makes a nice breakfast or even snack option if you're looking for something quick on the go, and Arby's is one of your only choices.
Why do people still think Arby's is just roast beef?
Taco Bell Cinnamon Twists. We bet you didn't think Taco Bell would make this list, but their cinnamon twists are delightfully surprising. They're also vegan.
Cinnamon roll.
The cinnamon twists look like pieces of deep-fried rotini pasta, but we assure you they are not pasta. Countless blogs have made this statement for years, claiming that you can make your own version at home just by deep-frying dried rotini pasta and dousing it in a cinnamon sugar concoction. In May 2019, a viral video on social media platform TikTok claimed this was the case, and viewers were bamboozled about the whole thing.
Let's play bamboozled.
In case you've never made pasta before, noodles require water to swell up and expand. The real cinnamon twists use rice flour as a primary ingredient so that they puff up and expand to their signature size. All in all, the Taco Bell cinnamon twists are a great choice, even if you just want a sweet snack. Their light and airy texture and resemblance to a sweet cereal means you can probably get away with eating your dessert for breakfast. At only $1, this is a dessert that's definitely worth the price tag. $1! Sonic Cinnasnacks.
Sonic.
The problem with Cinnabon is that it's so much cinnamon bun, it's hard to even finish one. So if you want to satisfy a craving, Sonic's bite-sized pieces can do the trick instead. They are essentially what looks like a pizza roll, but filled with a gooey cinnamon filling. Sonic Cinnasnacks don't really use cinnamon roll dough, and instead the cinnamon goo is hosted inside a crunchy, yet not overly doughy, outside layer. They are served with a container of cream cheese frosting to dip in, which is more than enough for a 5-piece serving. Interestingly enough,
Ooh, that's interesting.
Sonic has their Cinnasnacks listed on their breakfast menu, but they really are more of a dessert item. But we're not here to judge what type of sweets you eat for breakfast, just to tell you what your options are. Just like Cinnabon's full menu, this one isn't for the faint of heart. Literally. It's natural to expect that your fast food dessert isn't going to be healthy, but there are a ton of calories, sugar, and fat lurking inside these seemingly innocent bite-sized treats. Up to 680 calories in 3 pieces, to be exact. Don't say we didn't warn you.
I told you so.
Burger King Hershey Sundae Pie.
What desserts do you have?
The packaging may be notoriously complicated because your pie is packed tightly into a triangular box, but most people find it's worth it once you get to the sweet treat that is Burger King's Hershey Sundae Pie. The home of the Whopper could soon be the home of your favorite dessert. This sweet treat includes a crumbly chocolate crust filled with chocolate ice cream and topped with chocolate syrup and chocolate chips. In translation, chocolate on chocolate topped with more chocolate. It's also topped off with some whipped cream and overall resembles something like a chocolate mousse cake.
You only got whipped cream in there. You gotta take a bite with all the layers.
Since it's actually really light and airy, it's not as heavy as you'd think it would be, which makes a great dessert option if you've already scarfed down a Whopper or 2.
And what are we having for dessert?
Sometimes this pie comes really cold, so if you have sensitive teeth, just wait a few minutes and then dig in. But that feeling of a nice cool chocolate pie after a hot burger and fries adds to the whole appeal of washing it all down with dessert. Popeye's Cinnamon Apple Pies.
How about we take this cinnamon challenge?
Apple pie is as American as, well, apple pie. For a long time, McDonald's was basically the king of the handheld apple pie game, at least in the fast food world. But forget about McDonald's. The real winner is from Popeyes. Trust us on this one. As you may already know, McDonald's apple pie held the title for most beloved fast food dessert once upon a time.
And are no longer. How did that happen?
However, the chain made a big change when they started baking the pies instead of frying them in an effort to be healthier. Many apple pie fans called this decision a mistake, and there was somewhat of an uproar about it. The filling became crunchier, the outside didn't have that crispy fryer fat, and so on. Here's where Popeyes has your solution. Since their take on the handheld apple pie is fried, the outside is nice and crispy. The inside is a gooey apple pie filling, and it's all dusted with cinnamon. It has everything you miss that McDonald's took away, and it's all yours for about $1.29.
That's a dollar bill.
Domino's Marbled Blondie Cookie and Brownie.
Here's your pizza.
Thanks.
And here's your brownies with fudge dipping sauce.
A dessert from a pizza joint probably isn't something you're expecting to see on this list. Domino's has tried some interesting options over the years for their small dessert menu. Does anyone remember the Oreo dessert cookie pizza? However, nothing beats their Marbled Blondie Cookie and Brownie. This one is definitely a hit.
Pizza and brownies. What a deliciously natural combination.
The Marbled Blondie Cookie and Brownie is a deliciously chewy brownie that combines with a salty, buttery cookie to create one treat you won't be able to stop stuffing in your mouth. It comes warm and gooey, cut into 9 decently sized pieces. If you can't decide between a cookie and a brownie, with this option, you can have both. Now, most people who enjoy baking wouldn't attempt to mix these two together unless you really know what you're doing. Both both have different baking times. Somehow, the people behind the Domino's dessert menu figured it out and produced this marvelous solution. It's definitely worth the extra $5 to $7.
Tell me more.
White Castle cheesecake on a stick.
I want 30 sliders, 5 French fries, and 4 large cherry cokes.
I want the same.
White Castle, the producer of Harold and Kumar's favorite sliders, has made it onto this list with something that isn't actually on a bun. That would be their cheesecake on a stick, a perfect bite-sized dessert to pair with your little burgers. It's really a combination of what Americans love: cheesecake and foods on a stick.
Say cheese.
This invention is essentially a small, bite-sized piece of cheesecake dipped in chocolate fudge and served to you on a stick. Simple but genius. And if cheesecake isn't actually your thing, White Castle has you covered. They also offer a fudge-dipped brownie on a stick and a butter cake on a stick. Word on the street is that you can also buy these creations in 4 packs from the freezer aisle of select grocery stores.
And don't forget about our sides.
Jeez.
Dairy Queen Strawberry Funnel Cake.
You want a lick?
Okay, let's face it, Dairy Queen is already the king, or should we say queen, of fast food desserts, because 80% or more of the entire restaurant menu is dessert. They specialize in ice cream and, more importantly, blizzards. But their strawberry funnel cake is an underrated dessert staple that should not be going unnoticed.
I think you deserve more than what you've settled for.
Especially if you want something hot and baked with your ice cream. Warm funnel cake slathered in a sticky strawberry sauce and powdered sugar, served with a Sunday-style scoop of signature DQ vanilla soft serve. In fact, this is probably the closest you're going to get to the real thing if you're ordering a fast food version of a classic American dessert. Of course, keep in mind it's not going to be as big as the heaping funnel cake you'd get at a state fair. If strawberry isn't really your thing, the funnel cakes also come in hot fudge and caramel. Basically, you're just swapping out which sauce is being drizzled on top.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Satisfy that sweet tooth with another Babbletop video. Just tap that screen. And if you're new to our channel, show us some love. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.